All right, for this second page of your internship post application, you are ready to name your internship program. You're creating an internship program for your organization. So whatever it is that your internship is about, could be that you name it according to the type of intern you want. You could name it according to the location you're working. You could name it according to your organization. It's up to you. I suggest you choose a creative name. In this case, we're going to name this one a Business as Mission Startup in North Africa. And we're not looking for a team. We're looking for individuals, but we want a minimum of 2 and we want a maximum of 4. Now, I recommend that you keep the minimum as low as possible. In fact, the minimum is best if it's 1. And that the maximum, really, you're working with interns. This is not a short-term team as is often understood. This is a team that could be 3 people working on a startup, each with a specific task. If you have too many, that team becomes a burden to you. Instead, with a smaller team, they can, each of them, act and operate as if they are staff. And they can take on their roles and live and work very independently as part of and integrated with your long-term workers there at your organization. So I recommend you stay low with these numbers. And then you'll choose the session periods. We have several sessions listed in here, and I recommend that you give a minimum of 6 months of lead time for the recruiting prior to the time that they come. So let's say we're looking right now for June of 2020. You can add a consecutive internship. Let's shoot for, maybe we'll do something in August of 2020, or let's do September of 2020. All right, and then we're going to put in the per week cost. As I said before, you're creating the internship program. So you're setting the cost that the student needs to pay to be on the ground with you. It's best that you keep these costs low. This is not a money maker for you. This instead is an opportunity for you to give exposure to a young person with passion that wants to learn and wants to serve and is serious enough about it that they're doing it as an internship. That means that you're going to get value for those kinds of interns that you ultimately get to approve on these for every student that applies. So let's put a minimum or a low weekly cost. Now, a low cost might be $75 or $50 if you want to keep it real low. But you can go up to $100 US if you wish. I don't recommend that you do much more than that. It can be costly to host interns. We certainly understand that. You may need to raise some money to be able to assist them. In other words, you're getting value for their working with you. You're not paying them, but you can give them a highly discounted experience. So then put in your number. If you're clicking final, that means I can't negotiate with this. This is the fee set by our organization, and we cannot take interns unless it's at that level. And if you're going to say $400 a week and it's final, we may not be able to get you interns if they're coming for 6 weeks. That might be too high a fee. On the other hand, you keep the fee low and we will be able to recruit for you better. We're also opening these internships up to people from multiple languages and nationalities. And so you're going to be choosing the kind of currency that you want to use. If you're there in Uganda and you're looking for a Ugandan student to come work alongside you, you might choose Ugandan shillings rather than US dollars. All right? So let's move on. Now, this is very easy to fill this out. You can choose the languages that the students must speak. So you may say that given the location, you want them to speak Spanish, or given the location, you might want them to speak Hindi or Arabic. In this case, it's North Africa. Let's try Arabic and say, this is a language that we really need our students to be able to speak. May not be their proficient, but they can speak. And then they're tagging all related student passions. So we're looking at somebody that's interested in economic development, perhaps. And because of the type of business, the business may be dealing with things that have to do with pure water resources, or that it may have something to do with ending Bible poverty. Perhaps you're starting a business that is a book distribution business, and those books are Bibles and Christian books in the Middle East or in North Africa. And then you want to tag all the related fields of study that are part of this particular job internship. So we're looking for business and economic development, for example. Then for the level of student, maybe you want them to at least be a high school grad or have had some college, or you want them to have at least an associate's degree. Typically we say some college, and then we're ready to move to the next step.